the main two landmarks or regions of biblical geography that we're gonna focus on, because it got some little, well, all of them got history, but it's two I want to really key in on. But like I said, if anybody, you know, the spirit get on you and you got some information or whatever on the certain region that we going over, you know, you can bring that out. But the two biblical landmarks, I'll say, that I want to hit a little history on, like go into the Bible dictionary, read up on them a little bit, is Ephesus. Let's see. No, I'm sorry. Antioch and Thessalonica. Those two. But of course, you know, it got history on. There's history on all the landmarks or the biblical geography of the scriptures, you know. So let's start with Corinth. So I ask this question: who don't know where Corinth is at? I don't want to know who knows, but who don't know where Corinth is at? Everybody know? That's good. Yeah. So where is Corinth? Greece. And like what part of Greece? Let's get that. Somebody just go to the Bible dictionary and let's read a little bit on Greece. I mean on Corinth. So this will be a pretty short class. At least the Most High, at least the Spirit say otherwise. Come on. Yeah, go ahead, all right.
This is Corinth. It says a Greek city on isthmus between the wow.
It says Greek city on isthmus between Peloponnesus and the main land, destroyed by the Romans in 146 BC and rebuilt in 46 BC, capital of the Roman province of Achaia. Paul founded a church there. Acts 18:1, Acts 20 verse 2 and verse 3, wrote 2 epistles to.
Right. So if you look at a map, I believe it's southwest of Greece. Can you see it on your map?
It's right here.
What's that, southwest? Where is it?
I can barely
This
even
is
see it
west.
with my glasses.
We're in Corinth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're definitely south of Greece. Okay, so that's it on that. I mean, so we know Paul was heavily he was in Corinth. Those are the two biggest letters or epistles that he wrote to the church of Corinth. So from there, you know what else too? Let's get that. And where was Paul at in Acts the 17th chapter, where they was going back and forth, spewing out all that knowledge on Mars Hill. Where was that, Athens? Yeah, let's go to that account. But somebody also look up Athens in the Bible dictionary. But the reason I'm going to that chapter, because that's just a chapter that I remember off my head that got Athens in it. You know, and I have a big thing going on. Up there in Athens, Jake going, you know, spewing out different philosophies, which is all madness, you know. So let's read that account, start find a good starting spot. We ain't gotta go too deep, but just start up before it get to the scripture where it talk about Areopagus and Mars Hill. Start up a few verses above that.
At 14,
Come.
Acts 17 and 14, and then immediately the brethren sent away Paul to go, as it were, to the sea, but Silas and Timotheus abode there still. And they that conducted Paul brought him unto Athens, and receiving a commandment unto Silas and Timotheus for to come to him with all speed, they departed. Now while Paul waited for them at Athens, his spirit was stirred in him when he saw the city wholly given to idolatry. Therefore disputed he in the synagogue with the Jews and with devout persons, and in the market daily with them that met with him. Then certain philosophers of the Epicureans and of the Stoics encountered him, and some said, what will this babbler say? Others some, he seemeth to be a setter forth of strange gods, because he preached unto them Yahushua and the resurrection. And they took him and brought him unto Areopagus, saying, may
Now, finish that. No, you got it right. Say, finish that piece of the verse.
And they,
somebody get that word. Areopagus. However you pronounce that, Areopagus. Somebody look it up on the blue letter and see if the Bible dictionary got something on it. But go ahead, finish that verse.
it said,
Say it again.
Now, I was about to say a little side note for Areopagus. It says Mars Hill. It was the highest court in Athens.
Con. I know what it is, but just for the sake of what it's talking about, for the sake of edification, let's bring that up.
I finished it. And they took him and brought him unto Areopagus, saying, may we know what this new doctrine whereof thou speakest?
Con. So let's get those two. The blue letter, what the blue letter got to say on it, and then let's see if the Bible dictionary got anything on it.
The blue letter says Strong's G 697 Arios Pacus Pagus. It says Arios Pagus in Strong's definition, the name of a Greek deity of war, rock of Ares, a place of Athens, Areopagus, going down to the key outline Bible usage, Areopagus. It says that the meaning of the word is martial peak, a rocky height in the city of Athens, opposite of the western end of the Acropolis toward the west. That's
Con. What is it? Yeah, read that out the Bible dictionary.
This
So, Eric,
Areopagus, the rocky hill of the god Ares or Mars. Areopagus is also the name of the council which met on Mars Hill, a court dating back to legendary times. In New Testament days, still charged with questions of morals and the rights of teachers who lectured in public. Its importance was enhanced under the Romans. Paul was brought to the Areopagus, Acts 17 and 19, to be examined regarding his teaching.
Yeah, that's good. So that Areopagus, if I'm saying it right, Areopagus, go back to the Greek god Ares, which was the god of war. And then the Romans, the Mars would be the Roman. Basically, the Romans worshipped the astrology. So Mars would be the god of war for the Romans, for the pagan Roman Empire. So, but we ain't gonna go out deep. But I don't know how that landmass got the title to be the place of that they or why they call that particular area after the god of war, Ares, or Yeah, the god of war, Ares. So, but that's what it go back to. So when you read Mars Hill, it's talking about the same, which the brother gonna read in just a minute. It's talking about the same place, but it's saying Areopagus, then it say Mars Hill. It's talking about the same place. So, read that last verse again.
Acts 17 and 19. And they took him and brought him unto.
Oh, you know what? The word marshal. If you look up the word marshal, it go back to Mars, and it tell you that. And yeah, if you get a good diction, you got a good dictionary. If you look up marshal, it'll tell you. It's a good definition to look up if you look up marshal. I forget exactly how it's worded, but it tell you that that's basically matter of fact, let's get it. You got what you got your
I ain't got my
Oh, okay, never mind. We don't get into that. But brother, if y'all want to on y'all own, y'all can look that word up. It got some good information on that. I remember some years ago, the Apostle Gabar, he was with the elder up in Boston, the head of the Boston camp. They brought that definition out. That was the first time I had heard it. You know, they was going into a lesson about martial law, and they had brought that definition out. The head brother name of Boston, Adama, the year Khan. The elder.
Can I think something else?
Khan, bro.
It has it in my scriptures. It says, Areopagus, just southwest of the Acropolis in Athens, was a hill called the Hill of Ares, Mars in Latin, the god of war. This was where court was held concerning questions of religion and morals. In Athens, the gospel message was examined by the supposed experts of philosophy and religion.
Right, so that Mars would go back to the Latin, and we know that was the primary language of the Roman Empire. So, Khan, you want to say something on it?
Con.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's why they brought Paul there, because that's where they, I guess you could say, broke down the religion or the message that he was relating to. You know?
Right, and that was just a bunch of jakes, you know.
Yeah.
Wasn't no Edomites. We know there wasn't Edomites and other nation. That was Jake, you know, going into their different madness, you know. Matter of fact, let's go back to the account and read. Go ahead where you left off.
Okay, come. It's Acts 17 and 19. And they took him and brought him unto Areopagus, saying, May we know what this new doctrine whereof thou speakest is? For thou bringest certain strange things to our ears. We would know therefore what these things mean. For all the Athenians and strangers which were there spent their time in nothing else, but either to tell or to hear some new thing.
Right, so that'll be like, you know, the best example that we could use for today is that so-called black consciousness, which is really they unconscious. They had all Jake meeting up. They going into Islam. They going into Pan-Africanism, Kemet, science, you name it. You know. Is more on it? That's pretty much the point for this. So that just some of tidbit history on Paul was up in Athens, you know, and they heard the word in Athens. Paul, you know. So y'all brothers got something y'all want to add or bring out on that, or else we gonna move on. So let's go to Thessalonica, and it's a reason why I chose them three first. And all we can do on Thessalonica, we know that Paul wrote an epistle to the church in Thessalonica. Let's read with the blue letter. I mean, not the blue letter. The Bible dictionary says on it. If somebody could get that Bible shot.
It just got Thessalonica. You don't have Thessalonica.
Okay, well yeah. No, it should have it in there. It's in there.
Yes, what page you on?
583.
I looked it up.
Okay, I was on 582.
Yeah, go ahead. Read some on that. Yagada. Read it, bro.
Thessalonica, a Macedonian town founded by Cassander, Alexander's
So where was
officer.
set up in Macedonia?
Yep.
Who was from what's the key name that come to mind?
Philip from Macedonia and then Alexander.
Come. But read on.
Alexander's officer, who took control of Greece after Alexander's death in 332 BC. It dominated the junction of the northern trade route and a road from the Adriatic and Byzantium, which later became the Via Egnatia. Its comparatively sheltered roadstead made it the chief port for Macedonia. And
So where's Thessalonica at? Outside of we know it's Macedonia.
Europe.
Or huh?
Europe.
Yeah, but I'm looking for something else too. Anybody?
like land region.
Yeah.
It was about port. It was port.
Yeah. What's the just like Corinth was Greece, Athens was Greece. Cause it's in Greece.
Right, it's in Greece.
Matter of fact, can somebody get let's get a map and look at it. Make sure I'm right on that. Yeah, good. What it say? Where's Thessalonica? Well, that's what I'm saying.
What the red dot is?
Right. So it says it's in Greece. Yeah, it's in Greece. But that's why I brought out those three, because that show you that Paul was heavily up in Greece. What I like you do, read that again, the definition in the Bible dictionary.
From the top.
Come.
Thessalonica, a Macedonian town founded by Cassander, Alexander's officer, who took control of Greece
Yeah, that's
after
still Greece, huh? I'm just trying to make sure I'm on point. That's all. Okay. Go ahead, bro.
who took control of Greece after Alexander's death in 332 BC. It dominated the junction of the northern trade route, and it was north of that was that area again. See, if I'm correct. It says it dominated the junction of the northern trade route and the road from the Adriatic and Byzantium, which later became the Via Egnatia. Its comparatively sheltered roadstead made it the chief port of Macedonia. In 146 BC, it became the capital of the Roman province and was Pompey's base a century later in the civil war with Julius Caesar. You want to keep going?
No, that's it. But it's that's where it's at.
Yes, the Aegean Sea.
Yeah. G.
Aegean.
Yeah.
The water.
So, just the reason I brought that out because it's talk about Macedonia, and you know Philip come out of Macedonia, and that was basically the first that's what it all basically where Alexander started expanding obviously expanding was the empire, the Greek Empire. So what other we got? Two more. Yeah, two more we're gonna go into. Anybody got something they want to add on that or the point they want to make? Let's get into this Ephesus. So brothers can get on their own. You know, we read the scriptures, and especially when you read up in the book of Acts, you can read about all these landmarks just by reading the book of Acts. You know, but this is just for us to have an idea and just to stay sharp on geography in the scriptures. You know, where these certain places is at. We all know about Corinth, where everybody knew that was in Greece, and we probably knew the other ones too. But you know, you get rusty on this stuff at times. You don't go over it, so you know, we hitting it. But same thing for Ephesus. Let's look that up in the Bible dictionary.
Ephesus, Antioch.
I'm sorry, no, Ephesus. And then we'll just go into it just go into that. And then if whatever scriptures it give you, let's read maybe one or two scriptures that it give.
I know that one with Diana.
Right,
Ephesus.
come. We definitely, that's a good yeah, you can bring some. If you want to speak on it, you can speak on that. Let's just read this definition first, and then, because it's probably gonna say it in the definition. It's probably gonna give that account. Anybody, whoever get it first, just bring it out.
This is Ephesus. It says an old, I believe it's
Ionian.
yeah, foundation at the mouth of the Caesar, built near the shrine of an old Anatolian fertility goddess. Ephesus became the seat of an Oriental cult. The Anatolian deity had been taken over by the Greeks under the name of Artemis, the Diana of the Romans, grotesquely represented with turreted head and many breasts. The goddess and her cult found expression in the famous temple, served like that of Aphrodite at Corinth by a host of priestess courtesans. Around the cult clustered much trade. Ephesus became a place of pilgrimage for tourist worshippers, all eager to carry away talisman and souvenir. Hence, the prosperous god of silversmiths, whose livelihood was the manufacture of silver shrines and images of the meteoric stone, which was said to be Diana's image fallen from heaven.
Right now, I'm trying to get wherever it say the location of it in that definition. Did anybody see where read down and tell you where it's at? I know where it's at, but I'm trying to bring it out. You know, give the location in the definition.
It say it's speaking on it. It don't give a specific. Unless I'm missing over, looking over it.
I'm not sure. Let me check.
I got it right here on the map.
Yeah, I know. I want to read it. I know we brothers know where some brothers know where it's at. Nah, it sure don't. All right, but if you look on the map, where is Ephesus at? Who know where it's at, and what country today? What is known as? Well, in the scriptures, with the scriptures identified as the country, and then what's that landmass called today, or that country called today?
In the scripture would be known as Asia Minor.
That's it.
The country today.
Con.
It'd be Turkey.
That's it. So when you reading up in the book of Ephesians, or you run across Ephesus, like, well, we can get, was that Acts 19? Yeah, one of y'all brothers, you know, when you started to speak on it, you want to say something on it, or okay, yeah, but we know in Acts 19, it talk about how they was woefully given on to idolatry and they worshiped the goddess Diana. So that's what that was at Ephesus.
Yeah, that same chapter. Like,
Like, go ahead, bro.
in that same chapter, there was they brung all the books too. Curious.
Oh yeah,
Arts.
they burnt them. Then they burnt them books up, right? So that's in Turkey, modern day today Turkey, but that's Asia Minor is Turkey today. So we good on that. Anybody got something they want to add or
They say
point?
Israelites was in Turkey. You know, you got Israelites today still in Turkey. You
Con,
got
that's it.
Israelites in Greece. You know, all of them through there.
Yep.
You got Israelites all up in Europe. And they show that in the like the World Cup of soccer. You got all those different soccer teams.
Straight up.
Man, all them mostly Jake going hard.
That old dude in basketball from Milwaukee, the Greek Freak.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
The Greek Freak.
They got a new one now.
Who that?
What's the new? The
Taco.
No, it's a player they just signed
Yeah,
from over there.
This is brother.
That's his brother.
That's his old, yeah. Ain't that something?
Yeah, they got the four. Crazy.
I heard the youngest on the coldest one.
That's what I heard.
But shit, they had great gymnasiums in Ephesus as well.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, somebody get Acts 13:1 and read the first. Read that. Whoever get it first. Cause now, so we good on Ephesus. You know, we just hitting these. We just getting the gist of these regions. You know, where they at, where we can identify them today. You know. And we know Paul was up in these, pushing the word heavily in these areas.
Hey, just real quick, I was just looking up. I had typed in because when you read that definition in the Proper Dictionary, it tell you that they was heavy in idol worship, going into Artemis and then Diana. But it said it was Ephesus. When I looked at it, it said Ephesus, the city of worthless idols.
Straight up. Jake to this day.
That still look like the brother said. To this day, Jake's still under there. That's that queen of heaven
Yeah,
worship.
that's it.
Just fuck on fertility goddess.
Right.
They still partaking fucking Easter
Yeah.
and shit.
And Jake worship the damn woman.
Yeah.
Even Jake that ain't into Kemet and all that African, Pan-Africanism and all that shit, Jake that is in Esau done pushed that, well, Esau pushed that energy, you know. That's the vibration that's pushed in this wicked ass place is the Queen of Heaven worship. And women get put on pedestals and they can be hoes and still be glorified. How can a damn slut whore be glorified? Ain't that something only in Babylon the Great?
The scriptures compare a whore to a drop of a bucket. She worthless. You know, the Apocrypha. They go all the way back to them damn Hamites with the Ishtar.
Well, yeah, Semiramis.
Semiramis, yep.
And then that's for the Cushites, the Babylonians, and then the Egyptians was what? Yeah, ISIS.
We got something to say. It's just a little article I found on Ephesus. It said, according
What's the site, Bob? What's that?
Ancient History Encyclopedia
Okay, fine.
by Joshua J. Mark, published on September 2nd, 2009. According to legend, Ephesus was founded by the tribe of Amazons, great female warriors The name of the city is thought to have been derived from Ephesus, the name of a city in the kingdom of Arzawa, meaning the city of the mother goddess. So yeah, it was all about worshiping women.
All right, let's read that Acts 13:1. Somebody.
Acts 13:1. It says, now there were in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers, as Barnabas and Simeon, that was called Niger, and Lucius of Cyrene, and Manaen, which had been brought up with Herod the Tetrarch, and Saul.
Right, that's it.
Uh,
So yeah, I actually just started that scripture because the next one, the last one is gonna be Antioch, and I just started. You got key scriptures that come to mind, basic common scriptures that come to mind going into these biblical landmarks or regions. So let's get in the Bible dictionary the word Antioch.
Antioch. It says Antioch in Syria, the capital of Syria, built in 301 BC by Seleucus Nicator, the founder of the Seleucid Empire, which had been the Asiatic part of the vast empire of Alexander the Great.
Go ahead, bro.
It's kind of lengthy. You don't want
No, we ain't gonna read all of it. We just gonna just read down a little bit more.
It
See what it say.
It was the greatest of 16 Antiochs he founded in honor of his father, Antiochus. In 65.
So I believe that was Antiochus. That had to be Antiochus Epiphanes' son. That had to be named it after him because it's named after. I remember. Matter of fact, let me make sure I'm correct on that because I just wrote it down, but I had went into this some years ago, really. But Antioch is named after Antiochus Epiphanes, if I'm not mistaken. So that's why I was gonna see if it had that in there. I want to make sure I'm correct on that though. Let me look that up. Matter of fact, start up from the top again.
Says Antioch in Syria, the capital of Syria.
So the Seleucid Empire was really it was Syria, and plus they had got control over by going back and forth with the wars with the Ptolemy dynasty. They had took over Jerusalem or Palestine. First, the Ptolemy, they had control, but through the wars, they got the Seleucid dynasty. They overtook our land from the Ptolemies. If you go into the history, so we know Paul was all up in Syria in the scriptures, and I want to make sure that Antioch is named after Antiochus Epiphanes. Go read that again. Read it. It says Seleucus who?
It says built in 301 BC by Seleucus Nicator.
All right. Let me look that up real quick.
It had two Antiochs, right?
Yeah, it was. I gotta go back into the history, bro.
Yeah, I believe he named it and said it after his father.
Say it
That's what
again.
it say.
Alexander
In the
General.
definition, it's gonna say in honor of his father.
Yeah, Alexander General.
Okay, read it, Baba Bashar.
It says
From the top.
16.
Antioch
Oh, shit.
in Syria, the capital of Syria, built in 301 BC by Seleucus Nicator, the founder of the Seleucid Empire, which had been the Asiatic part of the vast empire of Alexander the Great. It was the greatest of 16 Antiochs he founded in honor of his father Antiochus.
Okay. What's the first solution? It say solution who?
Nicator.
Nicator.
Yeah, but it was named after Antiochus, his father. Yeah, Seleucus one Nicator.
Okay, so Salakia. So it go back to that line. So Salakia, it don't go back to Antiochus Epiphanes, but it go back to that the Antiochs, that dynasty.
Even that definition say he was the greatest of 16 Antiochs.
Right. Because you got Antioch to Antiochus is the Epiphanes, Antiochus is the fourth. And his father was Antiochus the third. I do know that off the top of my head. Okay, come. That's in
Okay,
Salakia.
so I'm getting he founded 16 Antiochs in honor of his father. Because you got different biblical scholars, one of them saying it could be named after his son Antiochus.
So we know that is just to keep it simple, but brothers can get into their research. I mean, if it spirit jumped on you to get all into the research, but it go back to that dynasty, the Seleucid dynasty of the Antioch. So that's how Antioch got his name, or that region got his name. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I just want to hit those areas just to get into some more biblical geography. What you got? I know you got something deep, bro.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of history on that Seleucid dynasty, especially if you read up in the Maccabees. Don't read a lot about it. And I also know that if you can read in the Josephus, to my knowledge, is pretty accurate on that history. But I hadn't got into that in a while. So anybody else got anything they want to add, comment, scriptures? If not, that's gonna conclude the lesson. And Lord willing, we was all edified. Even though it's some basic stuff, we need to keep hitting these basics, stay on the basics. And get back to this biblical geography. Make sure we stay sharp on biblical geography. So yeah, that's it.